Hey dude,
Hey.
wanna play Ape Escape?
What's Ape Escape?
It's a PlayStation 1 game.
You've never heard of Ape Escape?
I don't know. Remind me who's in it.
Okay, well there's Spike,
Yeah.
Spectre,
Mm-hmm.
the Professor, Natalie,
Okay, right.
then
Yeah.
Jake,
Mm-hmm.
the Apes,
Of course,
and
yeah.
Cassie.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I weren't even listening. Go on.
Spike, Spectre, the Professor, and Natalie, Jake, the Apes, and Cassie, Spike, Spectre, the Professor, Natalie, Jake, the Apes, and Cassie, Spike, Spectre, the Professor, Natalie, and Jake, and the Apes, and Cassie, Cassie, Spike, Spectre, the Professor, Natalie, Jake, and the Apes, and Cassie, Cassie, you can't escape.
You can't escape.
When them apes escape.
When the apes escape.
You need an analog end of. You can't escape.
You can't escape.
When the apes escape.
When the apes escape.
You need an analog full stop. You need an analog end of. You need an analog full stop end of. Spike, Spectre, the Professor, Natalie, Jake, and the Apes, and Cassie, Cassie, Spike, Spectre, the Professor, and Natalie, Jake, and the Apes, and Cassie, Spike, Spectre, the Professor, and Natalie, Jake, the Apes, and Cassie, Cassie, Spike, Spectre, the Professor, and Natalie, and Jake, and the Apes, and Cassie, and Cassie, and Cassie, and Cassie, and Cassie.
Oh yeah, Ape Escape.
Good.
The other night, I got an urge to watch Rocco's Modern Life. I flipped to 6:05 because I was busy an hour earlier. To my surprise, I was 21 and nothing I knew was on. Oh, and I sighed. Fred, the show sucks, and on 6:04 was the Wings Club. I just want to watch something with more forethought than this is popular. Let's make more of it. I'm just upset my choices are between Ben 10 and Johnny Test, when it should be between Amanda Bynes and Ned's Declassified. The Angry Beavers, I haven't seen them for some years. And whatever happened to Robot Jones? And not to mention Super Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce Go. Well, I'm glad Foster is still hanging out with her imaginary friends. And I've heard somewhere that Keenan and Kel is still on the weekends. And there are some good shows on like Gumball and Adventure Time. But I would stand in line for 50 hours to watch 5 seconds of how it was the first time I put the screw in the tuner. You put the fun in my childhood. No, I'm a sheep in the big city, but it's not as fun. No, you don't show reruns of the shows I like, such as the Angry Beavers. I haven't seen them for some years, and whatever happened to Robot Jones? And not to mention Super Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce Go. I know that life has to move on, and when you barge in you'll be making me blush, because you'd have caught me watching the Powerpuff Girls. I could fight Blossom and Bubbles, but mercy Buttercup. The Angry Beavers, I haven't seen them for some years. And whatever happened to Robot Jones? And not to mention Super Robot Monkey Team had the bus go. Not to mention Super Robot Monkey Team had the bus go. Super Robot Monkey Team had the bus go.
And at this point I wanted to play a cover of Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go theme tune, but I don't know much about copyright, so next song.
Take a walk down to the apple trees and begin to wonder why trees even have leaves. It's probably to pollinate, isn't it? So they can spread over trees everywhere. But then again, isn't that what seeds are for? And yeah. So I guess leaves are to photosynthesize. That makes sense. But doesn't that mean that trees grow less in the winter when the leaves fall off? And if all things are related to each other, even just a little bit, then that means that humans grow less in the winter as well. But wait a minute, Christmas trees don't have fruit or seeds, so how do they grow? We're all recoloured sprites in a flash that holds no bounds. Make us run up the wall and then upload it to new grounds. We all love Strawberry Clock, though the letter B was a flop. And even though it got bland, it was loved by us and Tom Folk. We've all assisted the cook to bake a cake for Ducaricio. Then we've returned the stone to the coffin of the restless ghost, raising skill after skill till you can chop down use. At least you hoped you might, but it's been sworn by Autobot noobs. If there was one thing I could do, it would be to go back to 2002. But if that was something I couldn't pick, then I'd go back to 2006. I'm going back 7 years. We're all part of the prophecy to defeat Dagothar, lead the 3 great houses and unite the Ashlanders, learning to break reality with a water-breathing spell. And you'd be sure you'd need it if you fell through an interior cell. We've all received the Martian reward for restoring the peace. The bar fight I was in froze, you better be working on that fix. Eating fish after fish to destroy the ecosystem, and pulling off a hammer time and 12 gauging throws on Fine Line Island. If there was one thing I could do, it would be to go back to 2002. But if that was something I couldn't pick, then I'd go back to 2006. I'm going back 7 years.
2002. But if that was something I could not pick, then I would go back to 2006. Go back to 2006. Go back 7 years. The reason I don't talk is because I am mentalizing every thought of how I can kill you. Neurons firing, I'm not shy, I'm just materializing the way I can discreetly spike your milk with cyanide. Then I will bite your face off. There is no place to hide. When I finally snap, you'll regret thinking that I'm shy. You'll look back when you're strapped into my torture trap. Oh, you'll cry, yes, you'll cry when you start to realize that I'm a real fucking psycho. I'm not quiet, I just want to fight. How can you expect a reply when I'm eternally tongue-tied? I'll pretend I live an evil double life, or that I'm too high. I took some tissue that I'm too deep in thought, or I'm embarrassed by the way I talk. I've always got a sick sore throat, or I didn't get the joke. Surprise, surprise, okay, I lied, but I still maintain that I'm not shy. No, I'm not shy, but I'm also not a killer. But my filler for the lack of conversation is that my head's a space station filled with astronaut old toters. And by some magical miracle anomaly of voters, I got odds of going to a psychiatric hospital filled with doctors. And now for the thrill of simply being lucid, I'm taking mental pills to transition me from mental to stupid. How can you expect to reply when I'm eternally tongue-tied? I'll pretend I live an evil double life, or that I'm too high to show that I'm too deep in thought, or I'm embarrassed by the way I talk. I've always got a sick sore throat, or I didn't get the joke.
Look at your connection, it's not moving any faster. What a sight. You need to change your router, not your browser, to web surf at the speed of light. Go to your modem, grab the wires and then pull them out. Then wait 5 seconds, don't forget this, then you have to shout. I've just reset the internet, reset the internet. No need to call tech support, because I have the mindset to stay calm and use some thought and reset the internet.
abandoned. The brightness hits my iris, and sight beholds surprises, red and orange, green and blue. And sometimes I see you against a wall or flat surface, and when I close my eyelids, the dancing colors distract from the blur. And if you would be so superb and join and observe the sun, my darling, and the world turns oh so charming to see your eyes as two grey sockets wired into the sun. Observe the sun, my darling, and the world turns oh so charming to see your eyes as two grey sockets wired into the sun. Wired into the sun. Observe the sun, my darling, and the world turns oh so charming to see your eyes as two grey sockets wired into the sun. Observe the sun, my darling, and the world turns oh so charming to see your eyes as two grey sockets wired into the sun. 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 I guess everyone stars in a rom-com about crashing parties, but it's hard to act when you're not chirpy. I've got the scaffolding, but I'm yet to have the subject matter. And how is it 2013, but we're still trudging through on the same old chapter? Great job, peaks. We may be looking up, but already on the top. Way too steep or
Or should we just procrastinate until the weather makes us level with the beast?
Living is about learning how to justify your apparent lack of motivation by giving a big shrug and letting out a sigh and citing your lack of justification. I've got half a mind to wait until the next target becomes reachable, and we've got all the time in the world to passively get closer to the pinnacle. Stuck in my life's waiting room. I'd leave, but the doctor might see me next to tell me I'm well and free to leave, or send me for further health checks. Great job, peaks. We should be looking up, but already on the top. Way too steep, or should we just procrastinate until the weather makes us level with the beats? Great job, peaks. Great job, peaks. Great job, peaks. Great job, peaks. And I don't want to know just how much potential I've got, so I won't look up. When I get back to using my brain, I'd like to talk to you without sounding insane. Sit next to me if there's an empty seat, or I'll stand with you in a heartbeat. You're so cute it hurts. I'm sorry I upset you when I persist. Now everything's shaped like a pear. You're on my Christmas list. Whoa. Oh God, did I really use that line? I'm ashamed. There's no point denying that it was mine. I'm to blame. And while we're at it, I'll let the rhyming dry. Just to say that you're pretty cool in every single way. This song has turned irreversibly gay. Ooh, it's a love song, but I think I'm doing it wrong. Learning to talk before I open my mouth, wishing I lived closer to your house, saying something else that sounds quite cute, but cringy and underused,
like I like you. If you were a magazine, I'd be sure to subscribe to you. If you were a washing machine, I'd have some issues to go through. Oh God, did I really use that line? I'm ashamed. You should be. There's no point denying that it was mine. I'm to blame. You would be. And while we're at it, I'll let the rhyming rhyme. Just to say, go away. That you're pretty cool in every single way.
This song has turned irreversibly gay.
Ooh, it's a love song, but I think there's just a small chance, just a slight possibility I'm singing it wrong. Your excitement towards the little joys in life has spiraled into a hypersensitive attitude over trivial matters, and nothing matters except the clarification of what happened. Your news about today's mundane events is self-induced by alcohol, and you conclude with a story you think will redefine amuse, but it falls short. And I'm guilty of the same things I hate about you, and when I talk I find that I sound just like you, and when I talk I find that I sound just like you, and I'm guilty of the same things I hate about you. You're entitled to have the little joys in life and partake in rudimentary exchanges of ideas and discussing the factual, yet nothing much matters except over-exaggeration of what happened. And I'm guilty of the same things I hate about you, and when I talk I find that I sound just like you, and when I talk I find that I sound just like you, and I'm guilty of the same things I hate about you, and I'm guilty of the same things I hate about you, and when I talk I find that I sound just like you, and when I talk I find that I sound just like you, and I'm guilty of the same things I hate about you.
Victory Mellow, looking at my old fellow mugshot in the mirror. Motor one I drew, we've only got a few scars on our faces. Starlighting leggings, I hit the same view no matter how far I stand. On the top amazing up, I'd like to make you sing if there was any oxygen. Victory Mellow. Victory Mellow. Victory Mellow. Victory Mellow. Maggie, you were always popping the tires on my grifter. Why did you fly away? Maggie, do you know just how truly much I've missed you? Will you fly back someday? She probably flew away to another kid, but if she was being that friendly to me, there's no telling what that other kid did to her. Pecking my head, it was giving me grief towards the end. Oh, whoa, and Charlie's Angels were not impressed, and our dog had just died, so we didn't have any pets. I was a big fan of cats. It used to sit on the porch, fly down, and land on my head. Maggie, what scared you away? You know I'd never put you in a cage. My dad said to never bring you in the house. Da, 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 da. The cats were always getting run over. Is this why you escaped? No, I don't call your name, I shout. But you never reply. Adam Clifton never had enough milk. I picked dead butterflies in the morning. Lads with big heads and webbed toes, I guess you flew somewhere more boring. Adam Clifton never had enough milk. I picked dead butterflies in the morning. Lads with big heads and webbed toes, I guess you flew somewhere more boring. Pecking my head, it was giving me grief towards the end. Oh, whoa, and Charlie's Angels were not impressed, and our dog had just died, so we didn't have any pets. I was a big fan of cats. Fan of cats. It used to sit on the porch, fly down, and land on my head. Maggie, you were always popping the tires on my grifter. Why did you fly away? Ba-ba-ba-da. Maggie, do you know just how truly much I've missed you? Ba-ba-ba. Will you fly back someday? Someday.
And save me from this heartache of Ricky Gervais. 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 There's a load of sparrows somewhere, but I just want you. Everything he says is like something from Kes. One day on my swing set, I tried to set a new world record attempt of swinging really high, but I fell into the sky and I hit a cloud. But my feet touched the ground, I was standing on the cloud. I stirred astounded, but my feet touched the ground. I was standing on the cloud. I stirred astounded, and you knew I was never a fan of any weather till now. And if this town cries, I fall down. And I'm not ready, so keep this town from getting a frown.
Make me sad,
So I don't have to leave, Cause I'm enjoying my stay, up at Cloud City, here in the rain. City, I happen to be sitting on a bench made of rain, rearranged, and the town's cloud folk were as friendly as the sun, which did not shine on their homes. They had never seen a rainbow except in dreams. I rearranged the sun, but it shone too hard and caused the town to fall apart between now and a day and a half. And you knew I was never a fan of any weather till now. And you knew I was always someone who liked the boring things in life. And if this town cries, I fall down. And I'm not ready, so keep this town from getting a frown.
Don't make me sad,
So I don't have to leave, Cause I'm enjoying my stay, up at Cloud City, here in the rain. The past is always following me. In the words you speak, in the words you speak, in the words you speak, in the words you speak. And I won't care that much if you care not to. Bring it up, 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 bring it up. Last week you hurt my feelings by taking a side that wasn't mine, taking a side that wasn't mine, taking her side. Last year I was still reeling over, missing you, 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 missing you. Your new self is uninvited. Your new self is uninvited. If I had a party, you should know you won't be added. And if you showed up anyway, you'll be departing as soon as arriving. Me and you are like two sides of the same coin. Your heads, I'm tails, your heads, I'm tails, your heads, I'm tails, your heads, I'm tails. Flip it in the air and see which side it lands on. It'll be yours, 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 it'll be yours. Everything looks weird after not sleeping for 20 hours. You look disfigured, I don't care. You look disfigured, I don't care, you still look good. I know you pretend not to know when I'm thinking about you, but I know you do, 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 I know you do. Your new self is uninvited. Your new self is uninvited. If I had a party, you should know you won't be added. And if you showed up anyway, you'll be departing as soon as arriving. Your new self is uninvited. Your new self is uninvited. If I had a party, you should know you won't be added. And if you showed up anyway, you'll be departing as soon as arriving. Your new self is uninvited. Your new self is uninvited. If I had a party, you should know you won't be added. And if you showed up anyway, you'll be departing as soon as arriving. 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 You'll be departing as soon as arriving.
I'm playing predictable cards, and I'm trying to get my point across. But I've got this feeling I better stop, because I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said before.